Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors, a Work Tough Gear Wilderness Warrior rendition, if you will. Before we get into the video, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. We back to blue over here best we can. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law anymore. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So this is the Wilderness Warrior from Work Tough Gear. Now listen, the designer of this, I believe the correct pronunciation is Shenandoah Hamilton. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put their statement about the knife in the description. So take a quick second, read over that. That'll give you a real good idea of the thought process behind this knife, and it'll give you some backdrop on it. Now, speaking with Mr. Vic, he sent me kind of that outline, because I always ask Mr. Vic if there's anything that he wants in particular in these videos. So go check that out. He also said that he would have the Work Tough Gear website fixed, so we'll have pricing on this. I do know that this goes out at the end of the month. Now listen, a lot of people always say, well, Scab, they're always sold out. I know that. Go to Facebook. Go to Work Tough Gear Adventure Team. Join us over there. I'm there. Zeke Minacho's there. Hunter Crutchen's there. Vic Lynn's there. All the guys will Work Tough Gear. Dave Pouzon's there. Everybody's there. They also do a great job of letting you know when this kind of stuff is being released, okay? I'll also put out a short. I'll try to get Mr. Vic and put out a short a week before, just so you're prepped and ready. Now let's get into this knife. Let me give you the specs that I have that I pulled myself with a tape measure. It is SK85 steel. The blade length is 7 inches. The cutting edge is 6. The blade width is 1 3/4 inches. Now that's big on this knife. It gives it some real slicing ability. It throws a spark off a ferro rod very, very well. The blade thickness is 3/16. The actual grip of the handle is 4 1/4. Really, really nice there. The full handle is 5 3/8. It's got a nice skull crusher, whatever you want to call it, on the bottom. Has a place for a lanyard hole. Right here, we're doing the Donnie B all day. Throw it at the stump test and drop test to test the balance, test the edge, and test the tip. Now, this is the only knife in my collection outside of the K-Bar Big Brother that has serrations on it. I'm glad this one does. Here's why. If we're going to do this and we're going to demonstrate knives and we're going to do all that, then I need to be proficient at each. Let me say up front, and most of you are going to say it with me, I am a novice at best. This is really, truly, honestly, one of the first times working a full video with serrations. So what I decided to do, since I'm a noob at it, is just show you a couple things to show you how these things are razor sharp. Now, up in the left-hand corner, I'm just showing you some swag they sent with it. It came with a Kydex sheath. I showed you that, a nylon strap. It is MOLLE compatible. One of the big things that I love about Work Tough Gear is they do two things insanely well. They're Kydex sheaths and make knives. One word, if you said, Scab, what is one word to describe Work Tough Gear? It would be consistency. They're consistent. Every knife I get. And all I can do, guys, all I can do, whether it's Work Tough Gear or any other company, is speak to the piece in my hand. Every Work Tough Gear, and it's been about 12 now, that I've held have been razor sharp, out of the box, ready to go. That G10 3D machine handle is comfortable beyond imagination. It has, this particular knife has great jimping on the back and a ramp and a choil. So you can not only do some chopping, some cutting, some slicing, but you can get a good pinch grip and you can do some fine up close work. Here we're doing the John Peter stab test to test the handle. I'm going to have to cut me some more sidewall. I'll find a tire and cut it up. This is the tire, the sidewall off El Diablo, my old Dodge 1500, and it's about had the lick, son. I think we get 4 pieces here, which I will say this, the tip of the knife is dead center with the handle. So when it comes to stabbing, thrusting, etc., and there's a good look at them serrations, son, they're wicked. When it comes to thrusting, stabbing, etc., this knife excels. Now, you can, right there, you see my thumb on that thumb ramp and jimping. Right here, I'm just playing with the serrations. Again, novice at best, guys. One of the things that I wanted to say about Work Tuff gear, now up in the right-hand corner, that is my Nomad EDC. It's designed by Zeke Manacho. Why am I showing that? Because I carry that every day. That's how much I believe in Work Tuff gear. I am a big fan of it, just like my D-Bad Preacher, just like my Billy Wah. Work Tuff gear is in there with those through every day. It's within reach. So I put a lot of faith and a lot of trust in Work Tuff gear. I use their products every day. Now, this is that old 2-inch toe strap. We cut everything under the sun in this video. And that's one thing I want y'all to get. I showed everything. I didn't edit anything. I didn't want to edit anything. I wanted to put this knife to the test. And to Shannon, my guy, awesome, awesome, awesome design. This knife's very comfortable in hand. It works well. Now, I do want to say this about that ratchet strap, that 2-inch toe strap. It's soaking wet to add to everything else. This thing worked out to be an insanely good chopper for a 7-inch blade. Really good chopper. And again, Work Tuff gear. In talking to Kirk the other day, I was showing him the ATL, and I believe I showed him this one. And Kirk's a bigger critic, as you'll find. And you'll see, look at how sharp that tip is, man. Insane. Insane. I love the tip on this thing. Love the edge on this thing. Now, right here, we'll get back to Kirk in a second. Right here, obviously, I sped this up. Basically, I'm using the serrations to just kind of saw through my spear here. I did want to speed it up. Now, again, not having a ton of expertise with serrations, I wanted to show you how sharp these things were. And let me just say this. It's a damn saw on the knife. Now, serrations are subjective, and serrations are a point of contention with some folks. Like I said, if I'm going to do these knife demonstrations, and guys, when y'all hear me say demonstration, I try not to use the word test. I try not to use the word review. We don't do anything scientific. We do daily tasks or things that you might use a knife for, and just to kind of show you how they perform in my hands. And you can just imagine how much better you could do it. Now, right here again, we're going to use the tip. We're going to go straight down. We're going to try to go straight down the center. I want y'all to see how damn sharp this tip is. Again, 2-inch toe strap. Nothing's been done to it. And this thing penetrated. Look at that. Really, really nice. Just very, very impressed with the handle. And again, I'm going to put how the designer described this knife in the description. Give you a little more details, and you can check it out. Right here, we're just going to do some slicing. Y'all know every video, we try to show a lot of cutting. Really, we try to play to the strengths of the knife. And if I had to just go into the strengths of this knife, I'd say it was an all-around knife. I'd say it'd be great for outdoors if you're an outdoorsman, if you're a hunter, if you're a fisherman, camping. Just a lot of stuff you can do with this knife. A great compliment, and it's not that heavy. It works very well. I, in particular, like the choil, I like the ramp, and I like the jimping. I love the way this knife is made. I love the way it's designed. Now, I'm showing y'all all the knots in this piece of wood. What does this prove when we baton through stuff like this? Well, I just want you to understand, there's not a chip, there's not a ding, there's not a dent, there's nothing except my knuckles. I beat the hell out of them, but nothing with the knife. Work Tuff gear, their heat treat, their edges, everything is just right on time. And that leads me back to Kirk and the discussion we had. He goes, he said, it's insane. He said, the one word I would use to describe Work Tuff gear is consistency. They are consistent, every knife. Now, this is a guy who started me down the Work Tuff gear path. I've done the ATL, the mini Tyol, and the Tyol, the Mountain Bushman, the Nomad Camp, the Nomad Field, the Nomad EDC, okay? The proper chopper. And I feel like I'm leaving out a couple, but every knife, and 3 of them have been Kirk's, and 3 of them have been ones, and one of them was JR's, that have all been used, all right? Now right here, we're going to do some chopping. The Tyol and the mini Tyol and the Mountain Bushman over at Kirk's that's a couple years old are still just as sharp as they come in. That speaks to the heat treat. That speaks to the edge alignment. It is a saber grind with a convex edge. I love that. And right here, I just want to show some chopping. That's a piece of pressure treated 4x4 fence post or something. And I just wanted to bang on it. That's what we're doing. We're checking the edge. I'm telling y'all, the edge is just, it's magnificent. I can't say enough. When you can put this kind of knife, and I don't abuse the knife. I don't believe abusing a knife does a damn thing. I really don't. I believe in hard use. And again, people have asked, why do you say you're a novice? Well, some things I am. I understand how to use a knife. Okay, I don't understand all the terms and all the bushcrafty stuff. I'm learning, and I've set certain goals for myself. But I'm not coming on here trying to tell you things you already know. I'm not coming on here trying to say I can do things better that I'm sure quite a few of you can do. I'm catching up to you. Old Scab's coming on. But I'm not here to be an expert. I'm here to demonstrate a knife. Look at that edge. And to show you the capabilities. And again, in your skilled hands, you know, those of you that were raised by wolves, it's insane what these knives can do. And in all seriousness, these are well-made, well-balanced tools, consistently made tools. Now right here, I'm doing my best to screw this zip tie test up. Why do I do the zip ties, especially off camera like a dumbass? Zip ties, and I say this every video, but I'll have one or two every couple videos in the comments. Hey man, love the zip tie test. We cut zip ties every day. And zip ties can be hell on your edge. They really, really can. Now right here, we're going to start doing a lot of batoning, a lot of chopping, and really just show you the capabilities of the knife. We'll come in a little bit and do some slicing. What I like to do is baton, or chop, 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 and then do a little slicing. Show you we still got a good cutting edge on it. Look at that. And again, and I cannot stress this enough, I love this knife. I love the ease of use of it. This is a knife. And the other thing I like about Work Tough Gear is I could bring my grandson, obviously with supervision. He'll be 7 this year. But I could be right there with him. And these are knives that I feel like I could put in his hand with supervision and teach him to use. You don't have to know tricks. They're very, very easy to use. Now, earlier in one of the side clips, I believe, I showed you a comparison against the BK2, just to give you a size reference. For me, this is a perfect side carry. Like when I'm out in the woods, we are probably doing another camping trip at the end of the month. Ricky Ricardo's ready. I'm ready. We got to get with my guy Joseph. Headed back out to the Smith property. Hopefully it'll be a little colder. This is a knife I plan on bringing. It's a multi-use, multi-purpose knife. I would also dare to say you could probably use it for food prep. And I think that was part of the design as a camp knife. You can see the shine off that edge, off that polished edge. Absolutely damn gorgeous. Now, we've got a few minutes left. Before we get to the very end, I want to do a few shout outs. One is Donnie B All Day. We're trying to get D-Bad to 10,000. Let's get him there. The other one is my guy Salty Redcorn. Brothers in the Knives, and I'm going to put links to the descriptions in the description to both of their channels. Both, love them both. Salty does a great job, fast, concise knife reviews. He really, really does a great job. I love Salty's take, and Donnie does the same stuff I do, and he designs knives. So I'm going to put links to their channels. Also, Joe from Steel Forged and Fire Sword and Knife, my guy, my partner on Blade Talk with Scab and Joe, my other channel. But Joe, Joe, Steel Forged and Fire Sword and Knife, go subscribe to him. His son G has a channel, Gamer's Edge by G. I'm going to put links in the description to all of these. Now, as always, guys, please check out my community page on YouTube. Just go down and give those folks a quick subscribe. Listen to me. They have great content. I use my community page more for shout outs than I do anything else. Check that out. Now, right here, just some hard downward chops on this stump. I believe this is one of those old hackberry. This is a tough ass stump. Why? Bang on the edge a little bit. Will it hold up? Does the heat treat hold up? Yep, sure does. And again, wicked look at those serrations. As we go and as we learn, we get better and better. And that's my goal, is to present to you a complete knife demonstration. Now right here, do some light batoning just using the hand. The back of the edge is not sharp, very, very comfortable. Easily process this little bit of wood right here. I just wanted to demonstrate that. And again, just some nice, easy pops. Now, I believe the last test we're going to do is where I hold the limb in one hand and kind of chop with the other. And we're going to do a little slicing here again. Let me take the last 50 seconds to just say this. You cannot go wrong with Work Tough gear. This ain't the damn QVC channel. I ain't trying to say you nothing. I'm just telling you, go to Facebook, join the Work Tough Gear Adventure team. That way you can get in on when some of these drops are. Make quality damn knives. Now right here, we're just going to do some light chopping, holding the log to demonstrate some control. Well, guys, got about 20 seconds, so let me do this. My guy Mikey says it best. Never give up, never surrender, and everything will be okay. And Mikey's true. I'm Scab. You're not. It's the Work Tough Gear Wilderness Warrior, son. It's tough. And I'm gone. Love y'all.